Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Miss Coffee here, and today we're back with Q&A number 13. Now, if you're new to the channel and you don't know what this is a segment on the channel where you, the viewers, get to ask me questions, whether it be creator questions, whether it be, as long as you're not advertising, real life questions, craft related questions, diamond painting, all the have yous. So, with that said, we are going to start by going over to the community tab over on YouTube, and then jumping over to Facebook on the pinned post in my Facebook group, Crafters Anonymous with Miss Coffee, and we're going to answer your guys' questions. But there's a little twist this week. This week I asked you to tell me one thing that you were excited about your week or that happened to you recently, and so you're going to get questions and happy thoughts from other folks, because like lots of people, there are some sad people out there. There are people going through a lot of things, and maybe your good news can cheer somebody else up. So why don't you deserve flowers? I'm just saying. So with that said, let's go ahead and get started. The first question comes to us from Jamie Lewin. Hey, Miss Coffee. Hey. Hope you and the family are well. We are doing well. I have just started diamond painting and found your channel and just wanted to say I love your videos. They have really helped me, and I'm now addicted to diamond painting. I also love crochet. Take care and much love to you all. Well, thank you so much, Jamie, and I am so happy to hear that you're enjoying the channel. Please continue to do so. There are tons of videos. Okay? So I hope you enjoy yourself, and if you ever find yourself in a pickle where you need something, where there's not a video out for it, or you see something that you would like for me to try, send me a message. I got you. So, with that said, thank you so much, Jamie, for your comment. The next one comes to us from Crafty Book Dragon. Hey, Miss Coffee. Hey! Hope you and the fam are doing well. We are doing good. Something recently that I'm excited about is that we were working sleep training with our 10-month-old, and he took a 2-hour nap without being held, so I got some crochet done. That's awesome. Also, getting excited for his first birthday over Labor Day weekend. 2 questions this time. When you do graphgans, do you carry your yarn under the stitches or have separate balls for each color change? That is a really good question. It all honestly depends on how I'm feeling and what colors I'm working with. Now with white, you never want to carry. You always want to make separate cakes or balls of yarn for the color changes, because white is one of those colors that is really bright, so you're going to see it, and anything that's not that pure white color is going to show. So you never want to carry under like whites and yellows and stuff like that. Only darker colors like dark grays or heather grays or black, those colors you can carry underneath, and you're not going to see it as easily unless it's another bright color. But typically, if I want the blanket, like, for example, I did the Brooklyn Kaiju blanket, which I'm going to try to have a picture pop up here. So this is the Brooklyn Kaiju blanket, and as you can see, the front and the back look the exact same way. And to do that, I had to have separate balls of yarn for the gray side, the white side, the gray side, the white side, and anytime that gray would turn to white, I would have to have a separate ball. At one time, you can have at least 15 to 20 colors going depending on what you're working on. With his blanket, luckily, I only had, I think the most I had balls wise, I want to say it was like 8 balls at once that were working to get through that blanket. It just depends. A lot of the times what you could also do is make little tails, and when you're done, it actually looks like really cool fringe, and you can just tie them in knots and then trim them, and you're good. So it just depends on how I'm feeling. If it's a blanket that I really just am trying to get through, a lot of the times I will carry. But if I'm feeling extra, whatever about the blanket, I will go ahead and get the separate balls of yarn out. Like I have another blanket to make for Denzel Draws. He's the guy that makes these little pictures right here. I'm pretty much sure I have almost every picture on his website. With his blanket, it's black and white. There's another reason why I haven't really, I started it, but I haven't finished it or gotten any progress on it. It's because it's too hot right now. It's too hot for black yarn, and it's black yarn. But I would never carry that white under the black or vice versa, because you would be able to see it clear as day. So I would have to have separate balls of yarn for each color change. So that's a good question. And have you or do you have any interest in trying Tunisian crochet? Okay, why is this funny? One stitch that I do not like, and I will avoid like the plague, is Tunisian. I have Tunisian hooks. I can do Tunisian on a regular, like if you're talking about Tunisian stitches, I've done them. I do not like them. If you're talking about like Tunisian, because they sometimes call the Grafgans some kind of Tunisian, and I'm like, that's not whatever. That I have not done, but the actual stitch itself, yes, I'm not a fan. I hate it so much. I hate it so much. You wouldn't think that I would because it's so easy, but it's so much of a pain of a butt. I hate it. But thank you so much, Crafty Book Dragon, for your questions. The next one comes to us from the Crafty Shez from Australia. Hey, Miss Coffee. Hey. You asked us for the best part of our week. Well, mine is the fact that I have my 7-week-old son in my life. We have been trying to have a baby for the past 8 years, and after turning to IVF program and experiencing delays due to the panini, I appreciate the fact that you put panini. I'm finally a mom. It is the most amazing, beautiful thing to ever experience. Once again, I just wanted to remind you how wonderful your channel is and how much I enjoy your family shenanigans each week. Thanks again. In regards, Sarah. So the Crafty Shez has a new baby. So congratulations to the Crafty Shez. I hope you enjoy everything about motherhood. It is an amazing experience. And I'm pretty sure the comment I left underneath her post there was, and soon enough you will have your own shenanigans. Kids are great, but they definitely add a little something to your life. So I hope you enjoy being a mother as much as I do. So congratulations to you, Sarah, and enjoy them while they're little, because again, when you blink, that baby will be graduating high school or getting ready to. Ugh. So thank you so much for your comment. The next question comes to us from JY. Hi, Miss Coffee. Hey. Hope you and Maggie are feeling better. We are. Well, I am. Maggie keeps not doing what she's supposed to. I tell her to put socks on her feet, but she won't listen. Why is it back in the day when you were sick, your parents used to always tell you put socks on your feet like that was going to cure the cold in general? Like my mom was big on like put socks on your feet if you're sick. And I'm like, why? We Southern, we don't wear socks. Do we even have socks? I don't even remember having socks growing up. We were Southern. We don't wear socks. Well, unless you wore tennis shoes, because then if you wore tennis shoes and you didn't wear socks, you would beat your butt. Anyway, back to your comment. I'm excited to start the new school year. I work with special education students. I'm going to be working with a new teacher and new grade levels. I'm still sad to see the summer end, though. I enjoyed spending time with my granddaughter. My question to you is, do you and Mr. Coffee have any bad habits that annoy one another? Have a great week, Joni. Girl. Okay, for Mr. Coffee, I don't know. I don't know if I have anything that I do that annoy. Okay, I lied. So I make this dish called cabbage and sausage, where it's literally cabbage and sausage, okay? And then you get cornbread, like Jiffy cornbread with it. And what you do is you mix it all together, and I eat it with my hands. I don't like, you can eat it with a fork, but what's the point in that? So I eat it with my hands. Absolutely drives him nuts if he sees me eat with my hands. I don't typically do it anymore, but I used to. And he hates it. Mr. Coffee's big on table etiquette when you're at the dinner table and stuff, so anything out of line at the dinner table annoys him. But I don't know if I have any other habits that annoy him. Probably leaving like my hair caps all over the place. I'll have to ask him. He'll probably just say, I don't think so. He probably doesn't, just doesn't want to say it because he thinks it hurts my feelings. But for me, and they're stupid. It's not like it's anything big. We've lived together for 12 years. Or actually 13, because we lived together for, we lived together for 3 months before we got married. So it's still 3 years. Or 12 years. But for me, I have many, but I'm only going to tell you one. One that annoys the absolute piss out of me. So when, when a normal person goes to rub their eye, they use a finger or the side of their finger and they just rub their eye. Mr. Coffee is fist fucking his face with, like, Why do you need your whole fist to rub your eye? Why? Why? And it's not like, you know, oh, I got something in my eye, like, let me get it out real quick. Like, I will sit here and do this. This dude is like in there, like you can see him flexing, trying to rub his eye. And I'm like, why are you doing that, sir? You do not need to be that aggressive. Like, what the hell? So that's something that Mr. Coffee does that annoys me. Because I'm like, why are you fist fucking your face, sir? I don't understand why that is necessary when you could just use a finger. And he's like, no, I need to do this. And then wonders why he can't see right. So there you go. It's so stupid, but it annoys me so bad. All right, so thank you so much, JY, for your question. The next one comes to us from Jackie's Crafty Time. Hey, Miss Coffee. Hey. And family, hope you're doing good. We are doing good. Something good in my life recently is that I'm starting to save money to get my own car and my driver's license. We are finally at a point we have a little extra that we can start putting some away. My question this week is, would you draw the Sailor Scouts in your chibi style? Because I think they would be adorable. I love your channel and Twitch streams. Keep up the great work and content. Oh, thank you, Jackie. And definitely, I know how much you love the Sailor Scouts. I will definitely get into that. There is one piece that I'm currently working on that I have to work on. It's a draw this in your style. I'm probably just going to abandon that, to be honest. Yeah, I can start doing that. I can do the Chibi Scouts. So look out for those on Twitch. We'll be drawing those over on Twitch. So thank you so much for being such a great supporter of the YouTube channel and the Twitch streams. I really, really appreciate it, Jackie. I hope you and your family are doing well as well. So the next question, and thank you for your question, Jackie. The next question is Sarah Follett. Hey, Miss Coffee. Hey. I have a DP question. Okay. I have a Diamond Art Club mystery kit, The Fantasy Animal by Bridge Ashwood, in my stash, and I haven't done one before. Can you provide any tips, tricks that you have discovered between button eye and your current whip you wish you have known before you started? I don't think so. There really aren't any tips and tricks to work. Sorry, there's a daisy here. There really aren't any tips and tricks to working on a mystery kit. The biggest one I can tell people, especially when they're weary of seeing all that black and white, or mostly white, is to cover it with release papers. Because that's what I have to do. If not, it kind of gives me like, not a migraine, but like eye blindness or something. Like I can't see very well for like 20 minutes after I work on it. So I have to cover it up. And so the only really tip I have for mystery kits is cover it up with release papers and do one square at a time. Do not remove a second square until you completed the first square that you unraveled. Other than that, you just work it like a regular kit. There's nothing to be afraid of. Cover that big bad boy up and get to work. So thank you so much, Sarah, for your question. The next question, I'm sitting here vaping on, y'all don't care. The next question comes to us from Miriam. Miriam says, hello. Hey. We had our last shift from work for the holiday starts. Your story of the road trip was a good one. Nice family adventure. Here in the Netherlands, we have 5 weeks of your work for the whole year. Hold up, what? So y'all only work for 5 weeks out of a year? Question is, how is that with most jobs in the U.S.? Hold up, are you telling me that you only work 5 weeks out of an entire year? Out of an entire 365 days, you only work 5 weeks? Just about a month ago, my husband worked, I want to say it was 12 weeks straight, no days off, just 12 weeks. Then he got 2 days off and then worked another 12 weeks. Most people work Monday through Friday, but usually you're working between 5 to 6 days a week, if not 7. with Mr. Coffee's job, and I can only go based off his job because currently my job is talking to y'all. This is a great job. But with most jobs in the U.S., you work all year round. You don't get 5 weeks and then like I mean, sometimes some jobs get off for holidays, but Mr. Coffee's job doesn't. And in the oil field, they have positions where you will work 20 days straight and then have 10 days off. There's positions where you work Monday through Friday, which is the position that Mr. Coffee is supposed to have. And there's some jobs where you work 6 to 7 days a week and you get a couple of days off and then you go back to work. It just depends on the company, I guess. But 5 weeks, that sounds amazing. I think I need to move to the Netherlands. So thank you, Miriam, for your question. And I like your name. Reminds me of Courage the Cowardly Dog. The lady in Courage's name was Miriam. I love that name. So thank you so much. The next question comes to us from Jennifer. Jennifer says, "Hi, Miss Coffee." Hey. What's your favorite song? I don't know. Favorite song. I don't know if I have a favorite song. Do I have a favorite song? Owl City Fireflies. Yep. It's the first thing that came to my head. So I'm just going to say that. But honestly, I don't know if I have a like from growing up favorite song, because if you talk about growing, okay, boom, I got it. September by Earth, Wind and Fire. Because no matter what kind of a mood I'm in, if I listen to that song, I'm getting up and dancing. We about to have a whole dance party of one, okay? So we're going to say September, Earth, Wind, and Fire. I'm actually went to the doctor for the first time in over 2 years. I have been taking care of my family, but not myself. It is exciting to me that I made this first step. Well, I'm excited for you, and hopefully everything went well at the doctor's. Going to the doctors is very important, especially the older you get, because you never know what kind of health issues are going to arise. Even for someone like me, if you've been here for a while, there's people on this channel that can tell you they've been through everything with me, from just having the flu to having a stroke to having COVID to having numerous colds to having all these things happen to me, and I'm not a spring chicken, but I'm also not older. So to be my age and to have already, the biggest thing, of course, is going to be the fact that at 36, I had a stroke. And it's like, but you're only 36. I thought that only happened to old people. No, it can also happen to those folks that don't take care of themselves. If you suffer from chronic migraines and you don't get them taken care of. I talked to somebody the other day, and it broke my heart. It always breaks my heart when people do this. I mentioned that they said that they've had a migraine for a couple of days, and if I remember correctly, when I had my stroke, I had a migraine for 6 days straight, meaning by the time the 6th day came, I could barely keep my eyes open, and my eyes were whenever I would try to open them, any kind of light would be like a piercing pain to my brain. And this person said they had been suffering with a migraine for the last 3 days, and I was like, you might want to get that checked out. I don't want to scare you, but I had a migraine that lasted more than a few days, and it caused me to have a stroke. And the person was just like, well, I've had them my whole life. I'm like, I've had them since I was 16, and I didn't think it could happen to me. And I'm not old, but I'm not young either. And they were just like, well, I've never had a stroke from a migraine before. Neither did I until it happened. A lot of people seem to think that they're invisible from things happening, whether it be getting COVID or having a stroke because you're not taking care of yourself. And then they think they know everything. And then when it happens, they want the pity party. They want the pity me train. And it's like, no, you were warned to take care of yourself and you didn't. You kind of got what you asked for. So, taking care of yourself as an adult is especially with you, when you're like us and you're stay-at-home mom, you're so busy and so wrapped up in taking care of everybody else that you tend to forget yourself. That's usually how I am. Even now, even after everything that's happened, I will take a little bit of time to take care of myself, but for the most part, my time is spent taking care of my family and making sure that they're okay. But I'm so happy to hear that you made that first step, and I'm excited to see how healthy you're going to come back, and they're going to be like, oh, you're just a spring chicken out here, ain't you? So, Jennifer, congratulations on taking that first step and taking care of yourself. I hope it's an amazing journey for you. So, the next question comes to us from Angela. I'm a chatty Cathy today, ain't I? Hey, Miss Coffee. Hey! You asked us about one good thing that happened in our life. Well, my answer is my mother received a kidney transplant 4 months before the pandemic began. We didn't know at the time, of course, but she likely only had a couple more months left to live. Her kidney were very close to failing completely. I thank God she was able to get a new kidney and that she made it through the last couple of years. I'm so grateful for her every day. I hope you and the family have a good week. Oh, that's so amazing to hear, Angela. I'm so happy to hear that, and I hope your mother continues to do well with her new kidney. That's amazing. That is something that is really good. So thank you so much for your comment, Angela. The next one comes to us from Beth Bumgerberg. Sorry. Hey. Hi over there. Hey. How you doing? Hi, Beth. Hey. Yeah, I'm talking to you, Miss Coffee. How in the world do you get diamonds back back into the bag after you show them? You might have answered this one, but I'm struggling hardcore. I love your channel. It's steadily growing. It is awesome to see. I think the first time I was in live is when you just came back from having your stroke. You are inspiration every day. I have learned not to take people's crap. If they don't like what they see, they can turn right. Exactly. Around and walk the other way. Thank you for everything you do. Please don't give up on anything you try. Never give up. That is not an option. And as to I have answered this before, but not in the Q&As. This is the first time somebody's asked in the Q&As, but I have answered this question like years ago. So what she's talking about is, if you've ever watched an unboxing of mine from like Diamond Art Club, okay? And how Diamond Art Club has those drills in that package so perfectly that when you take them out, like anything else that you take out of the box, you can never get it back there the same way. It's not happening. And somehow magically it happens on my channel. So she's asking, how do I get them back in there? So my trick to this, one, as my dad used to say, it's fucking magic. My dad used to do that finger thumb thing. And whenever we would ask him like how he did it, because it was like the most amazing thing we had ever seen, he's like, it's fucking magic. But what I do is, so you know how when you're watching the unboxing, I'm flipping the package back and forth. Like in my hand, I'm throwing it up and flipping it. What I'm actually doing is counting and looking at the sides and looking to see how many packages are visible up front and what the side of the package looks like. So if they have one curved over the side. So I'm counting them as I'm doing that, and you can't see me, you can only see my hand. So you see me doing this, but what's really happening is I'm going, okay, 1, 2, 3, one on each side, curved. 1, 2, 3, 4 on the front. All right, got this. And so when it comes time to put them back in the bag and I do the moving magic, I literally just fold them however many I saw in the front, and then I wrap that last one on the edge, kind of like this, like wrap it around, and then I put it back in the bag and I put it up against me and I take that plastic and pull it back as tight as I can, and then I go like this to the packaging and I put it back on the diamond painter. Next time I do an unboxing for Diamond Art Club, matter of fact, how about we do an unboxing of Batman for, let's do Thursday next week. We'll do Thursday because you'll get a Batman unboxing, and then you'll get, like, if I have a sneak peek for Friday. So Thursday next week, we'll unbox Batman from Diamond Art Club, and I will show you exactly how I get the drills back in the bag. So keep an eye out for Batman, okay? Keyword, Batman. So, thank you so much, Beth, for your question. So yeah, y'all kill me when y'all ask me stuff like that. Lily, hey Lily, how you doing? How you doing? I hope you're doing good. Hope this is okay to ask here. Sure. I was thinking about ordering Scentsy online after hearing you talk about it and seeing it's safer air quality wise than candles. I tend to get headaches with candles, just a little scared when scents arrive I won't like. What is your favorite scent? Vanilla bean buttercream. But I like it in the wax. I don't like it in another way. I don't like it in the scent pack. I don't know why. I don't know why. Like, I don't know. I like it in the wax. Then that's the thing. It can smell good in one object, but not the other. It's weird how that works. And any tips on ordering online without being able to sniff it first? Look at the description. You can always ask me The best time to honestly get a hold of me is after, it's going to be late at night. So what everybody else considers late. So like if you want to get a hold of me, to be honest, you're going to want to catch me at like, I'm going to say 9. Anytime after, between 9 and midnight my time. Please don't message me after midnight. I'm probably asleep. Probably not, but it's kind of, it's a little too much at 2 o'clock when somebody's asking you diamond painting questions and you're tired. So between 9 and midnight p.m., 9 p.m., 12 a.m. That's the best time to reach me. If you have Scentsy questions and you're not a late person, try to catch me first thing in the morning. Even if you message me super early and I don't get to it until I get up, it might take me a little bit because I have to get up and get my coffee, wash my face, wash my ass, and all that other fun stuff. But I have to do that first because that also washes off the hatred demon, because I hate waking up in the morning. So like I gotta wash all that evil off first, and then I can be like, hi, I'm your Scentsy rep, Mrs.Coffee. But yeah, if you have Scentsy questions, feel free to ask them at any time. Like if I'm live or something and you want to know what something smells like, I literally have scent bags over here where I can describe the smells to you. But you want to look at the description, because a lot of people, I have a few people in my group that are allergic to coconut. And so I know there's one customer of mine, she is highly allergic to coconut, anything coconut, even if it's mixed with something in coconut, she's allergic. So I have to make sure that if I ever send her samples, to make sure that she doesn't get anything with coconut in it. Even if it has like a hint of coconut, no, she doesn't get it. So read the descriptions very well, and they tend to be on point for the most part. There's some of them that are just a little like Mocha Doodle. It smells like coffee, but not really. Or it smells like chocolate, but I don't know. It doesn't smell like 100% like chocolate. It smells like it has something else mixed in with it. But then like Vanilla Bean Buttercream smells exactly like Vanilla Bean Buttercream. Polar Bear Hug, stuff like that, like Polar Bear Hug. What the hell does a Polar Bear Hug smell like? That's something you would want to ask. That is actually one of my least favorite scents from Scentsy. It's a scent that's coming out this Monday? Yeah, it's Monday. Monday the new scents come out. So if you're not in the Scentsy group already, or if you don't have Facebook and stuff, and you would like to know what items are leaving Scentsy because you are a Scentsy customer of mine, let me know. Message me. I will message you a full list of what's leaving on the 1st so that you can grab it, because right now the site is having a 10% off sale, and then it's 20% off of stuff that's being discontinued. So that's another way you can find out if something's being discontinued, because it'd be 20% off the site right now. Please keep up the great work. Your videos are my fave. Well, I'm so happy to hear that, Lily, and I appreciate your comment. But yeah, if you ever have, sorry, I keep seeing the mailman. He has a Manny Manzano piece for me today. I already showed you, don't worry. Before you say that, you're seeing it in the future. If you're watching this on Patreon, you'll see it later. Okay. Well, thank you, Lily, for your question. Any Scentsy questions, yeah, feel free to message me, and I'll tell you what something smells like. I'll tell you whether I like it or not. I'll tell you whether I would recommend it in a wax or whatever. So, yeah, there you go. So, the next comment comes to us from Mary Washington. Hi, Miss Coffee. Hey! Your last Q&A, you asked us to comment about one good thing that happened. I have several. Go ahead, girl. Let it all out. I went for my 3-month checkup. My blood pressure was normal. I'm normally high, and the machine would have to pump twice in one sitting. My cholesterol is normal. My good cholesterol was always in range, and my bad was always bad, or it was vice versa. But either way, I'm in range in total. You're in the good range for both. My A1C is almost normal. You're gonna have to explain that one to me, Mary, because I don't know what A1C. I feel like I should know what that is. Like, that's a medical term. I know that. Like, at first I thought you said AC. I'm like, what's unnormal about an AC? But A1C, I'll Google it. I'll Google it. I got you. It's almost normal for my diabetes. I'm now at a 6.5. I've only gained 1 pound from my last appointment 3 months ago. I'm in total lost 25 pounds. Look at you go, Mary, out here. Save some good news for the rest of us. Jesus, she out here with all the good health. Just, oh gosh, just take your flowers and go, girl. Well, congratulations. I'm glad to hear your health is doing well. I need to get to the doctor because it's... So what's was the last time I went to the doctor? I just went to the doctor not too long ago. I need to go get my iron checked. After starting the new iron pills, I have to go get blood drawn, and you guys already know. When it comes to getting needles and blood drawn, I'm not going to avoid it. I'm going to go. Leave me alone. So thank you, Mary, and congratulations on the good health. I hope it continues. So the next comment comes to us from Kim Davis. Hey, Miss Coffee. Hey. I've purchased my first kits from Diamond Art Club, and I'm excited to give them for them to get here. Any tips or tricks or I should know? I've done diamond painting before, but never a DAC. Welcome to the addiction. You will find yourself doing things to get a DAC that you wouldn't find yourself doing to get normal canvases. I'm just going to tell you that right now. And what I mean by normal is anything that's not DAC. Their quality is so much, it's on such a different level than most other companies, if not all different companies, that once most people start working on Diamond Art Club, they never work on anything else. So one, get ready to be addicted. You already are, because you already bought kits. And you said kits, not a kit. You bought kits. You're already addicted. 2, have fun with the kit. If you have any issues at all, drills look funny, smell funny, it's not working properly, message Diamond Art Club on Facebook, on Instagram. They have an email that you can message them at. Message them and let them know first. Don't make posts on Facebook. Don't make, woe is me, my drills are they're bad and I don't know what to do. Don't do that. Just message Diamond Art Club and they will fix them before you could blink your eyes to say, wow, that was fast. Just message Diamond Art Club. But just have fun with the kids. I mean, it's Diamond Art Club, and not a lot of people, there are some people that don't like Diamond Art Club. And that's okay. It's not for everybody. That just means there's more for those folks that love Diamond Art Club. But Diamond Art Club is a very addictive company to purchase from because they have such good kits. You know they're going to be good quality kits. And you know that they take care to make sure that their customers are happy for the most part. As long as you're not a negative Nancy or you're out here blasting their name all over social media, they will do pretty much, they'll bend over backwards to help you out. As long as you cool with them, they cool with you. Let's just put it like that. So enjoy your kits, and I'm super excited to see what you got. So please feel free to post it in the group if you haven't already when they get here. So thank you so much for that. We have a returning person, TBD Girl Obsessed. Hey, Miss Coffee. How you doing? I hope you're doing well today. I'm curious, did you start calling yourself Miss Coffee because you like coffee, or did someone give you that nickname? This name was given to me. I apologize if it's rude. I'm just curious. It's not rude to ask me where my name came from. And technically, I actually just recently went through a name change a few months ago. So you guys, of course, would remember that I was Miss Crocheting Coffee. But because I don't crochet as much, and people kept coming here looking for crocheting videos, and I'm like, I have some, but not a lot of them. I changed it and shortened it to just Miss Coffee because most people just call me Miss Coffee. Even on Twitch land, I'm known as Caffeinated Doodler, and over there they call me Calf, or they call me Miss Coffee. Like if you go ask Brooklyn Kaiju who I am, he'll tell you that's Miss Coffee. So the name came from when I lived in PA. I did commissions for my crochet work, and whenever somebody would get a commission, they would always tell me how good it smelled because it always smelled like coffee. And that was because I would always drink coffee to what I thought was stay awake to work on the project. And the smell of the coffee would get embedded into the fibers of the yarn. So by the time they got it, all they can smell is French vanilla and hot cocoa. That's what I put in my coffee. And so they would always say it's really good. So one day I had a lady that heard of me word of mouth. And she's like, you must be Miss Crocheting Coffee. And I'm like, who? And she's like, the crochet lady that drinks the coffee. And I'm like, okay. And she's like, your items always smell like coffee. I've been wanting to get a beanie from you. And I was like, oh, okay. So I made her a beanie. And I don't know how to make something smell like coffee that I'm drinking. So I'm just like, okay, I'm just. But I always have a coffee cup next to me. So I don't know. Apparently it always smelled like fresh coffee and happiness. So they started calling me Miss Crocheting Coffee. And then the name just stuck with me. And I had lots of nicknames when I was in PA, but that name stuck with me, like, since that day, stuck with me the entire time. And then when I started YouTube, I figured that was what my business name was called on Facebook already, because I had already had a Facebook business page for commissions. So that's what I was going to call my YouTube channel, and that's what I did, because I figured I thought I'd be doing crochet and some diamond painting videos. I never thought that it would be more diamond painting than crochet, but there's only so much I can show you in crochet without, like, you know, making patterns myself, and who has time for that? So that is where my name came from. It's just because my products apparently smell like coffee. I meant to ask Kaiju what he thought my blanket smelled like, because he said it smelled good, and I'm like, what did it smell like? So thank you, TVD Girl Obsessed, for your question. I really appreciate it. Also, is the painting behind you the rainbow silhouette of a woman with a black background? Is that diamond painting? Oh, she's talking about this one. So this here, this one, is a legally licensed piece from Tmall. I love Tmall. So if you don't know who Tmall is the owner of dpwithsparklers.com. And her site has diamond paintings. That was one of the diamond paintings, and I absolutely loved it. So I purchased it, and I worked on it. It only took me a couple of days to finish, because literally, look at it, literally. Like, literally. It's not that big. What size is that? It's a 50 by 70. And it says, don't let anyone dull your sparkle. Legally licensed artwork by SVEKLOD, Scaloid or something. It only had, I want to say, like 10 or 12 colors or something like that. It didn't have a lot of color, obviously. And I got it from Tmall. Now, whether that kit is still available, I am unsure. But I'm pretty sure if you ask her, she can tell you whether she has it or if she's going to be getting any more of it. So dpwithsparklers.com, which is usually where I get my spare drills. But for a lot of people who don't know, she actually does sell diamond paintings. So, yeah, there's that. Which I think I let her know down in the thing. She says she keeps admiring it in the background. Yeah, that's Tmall's work. That's Tmall from DP with Sparklers. It is a beautiful kit, which is why I chose to put that one behind me, because it just that's like my aura back there. Thank you for your videos. You're welcome, TBD Girl Obsessed. I really appreciate your comment and your question. The next question comes to us from Erica's Art. Hey, Miss Coffee. Hey. How are you and the family? Doing good. How are you? You mentioned you had to leave your third dog behind with your parents. You said if you got a bigger place, you would get him or her. It's a him. His name is Achilles. Is that still the plan? Yes. So technically, I'm not supposed to even have the ferrets. Where we live in North Dakota, they only allow you to have a certain number of pets. Now, if I had 3 small dogs, they probably wouldn't have a problem with that. But because I have an extra large, a large, and a medium-sized dog, that they may have a problem with. Plus, it has been a number of years since the 3 dogs have been together, so I'm a little worried about that. But for right now, he's safe with my parents. And so, because we weren't allowed to bring him, that's where he's been. His name is Achilles. He is, let's see, I want to say he's 7? Yeah, because Killian is 5, Daisy is 6, Achilles is 7. So, yeah, it's still in the plans. We were hoping to have bought a house by now, but things keep setting us back. So I'm hoping to be able to talk to the landlords. I'm not sure if I'll be able to do it now, because they found out, well, the one landlord lady already knew we had ferrets. But they don't like the houses to have a lot of pets because they're fearful that it will destroy the house. And Achilles isn't a destructive dog, but I'm just saying. So it was just safer to keep him with my parents for now. And my parents are having a lot of fun with him and spoiling him with chips and beef jerky. So there's that. And is it still in the plan? If you could go to any Caribbean island, which one would it be? None of them. Little fun fact about Miss Coffee. I hate sand. I hate it. I hate the beach. I don't like sand. It gets everywhere and you can't get it out. No. I'm good. I appreciate it, but thanks. No. I think one of the places Mr. Coffee wants to go is Bora Bora. I don't even know where the hell that is. I'm just like, do I look like a geography teacher to you? Where the hell is Bora Bora? I don't know. but I don't like sand, so I probably wouldn't go if it had sand. So if any of the tropical islands that don't have sand, I'll go there. If there's more than one, I'll go to both of them. So thank you so much, Erica, for your question. The next question comes to us from Karasu. Is it Karasu? I hope it is. If it's not, I completely just butchered your name, and I do apologize. Butchering your name is apparently my job today. So something that happened recently that I'm excited about would be the possibility of changing jobs. That's always exciting. I've worked under a new manager that has been trying to get me fired since they started, and I have been working hard to change jobs. With the new school year coming, I have the opportunity now. I am crossing my fingers. Interviews start this week. Okay, it's not bringing me out anything else. So good luck to you. Hopefully you get a new job and get away from the douche. And you can tell them to suck it. Think happy thoughts, but my fingers are crossed for you. So, thank you so much for your comment. The next question comes to us from Darcy Clark. Hey, Miss Coffee. Hey. Hope you're doing well. Yep. My son is turning 2 in a few months. Everyone says when they turn 2, it's a terrible twos. Do you have any advice? Pray. Every day. Pray. Honestly, you got to remember, and I think I told her this, you have to remember that children are learning. And the reason why terrible twos are terrible twos is because a child becomes more aware of things that it can and cannot do. And so they test their limits to see what you will allow them to do and what you won't allow them to do. Sometimes it gets a little messy, but they're just testing out what they can do in life. And you have to remember, even Maggie is 9, okay? Even though she has like the brain of like an 8 or a 7-year-old, she's 9. And almost some days it seems like she's in her terrible twos. And I have to, a lot of the times, take a step back and remember that she's just a child. She's just learning. She's curious. And I don't want to give her a lot of attention and have her dependent on me giving her attention. But I also don't want to abandon her and think that she doesn't have anyone. So you got to find a happy medium in spending a little bit of time with that child, showing them what they can do versus what they can't do. Explain to them, even if you don't think that they'll understand, try to make it where it's easy to understand for anyone. And explain to them, you know, when they do something wrong, don't just say, you did that wrong, I'm beating your ass. That helps nothing. That's essentially a parent's way of getting it's getting their anger out, and they're taking it out by hitting the child, which is not right. I'm not going to sit here and act like I've never spanked my children before, because I have, okay? And that you have to remember that you're wanting to spank them not to get revenge or to make it feel like you're so mad that you need to hit them to make them to correct their action. And I've done this before where Maggie has done something so bad that I had to take a step back and remember that I'm punishing her for doing that action, not because I'm pissed off and I want to hit her. And so I have to take that step back and then remember, you know, she's not a grown person. You can't go and just clock her in the face or anything. She's a child. So you have to remember that they're children and they're learning. So as long as you're explaining to them, you won't have a bad time. Honestly, I have 3 children, and of course, the worst person with terrible twos was Maggie. And she wasn't even bad. She just liked stealing food. And you guessed it, mostly cheese. Didn't think that would still be a problem at 9, but it is. Literally to the point where I have to lock up cheese so she can't get a hold of it. It's that bad in my house. But I don't have all the answers. And if I did, I would pretty much tell you to remember to explain why they can't do something. So if they're trying to do something, no, that's ouchies. Like perfect example. When Orion was getting ready to turn 3, I was cooking noodles on the stove, and I had one of those stoves with the element. Now I have a flat top, but I used to have the element stove with the wire that would turn red, and then your food, you know. Orion was in the kitchen with me, and I was making ramen noodles, and I told him, "Don't touch, hot." He goes, "Hot?" I was like, "Hot. Ouch." And he's like, he looks at me. He looks at the stove. He looks at me. He waits for me to turn my back. I turned around, no, hot, hot, Orion. He's like, hot, hot, hot. And he showed me that he burned his fingers. Literally all 4 of his fingers. Even if you look at his fingers now, he has this little light line that looks like a happy face on his hand from when he burnt his fingers when he was little. Funniest thing on the planet. Because now you can't get that boy to go near a stove. He'd about, no, hot. Hot, mama, hot. So just explain to them why they can't do things. If they still do it, you will have to keep explaining it and keep explaining it until you hammer it into their head. Don't actually hammer it, but like vocally hammer it into their head that that's not something that you approve of. But Darcy, don't let people telling you that terrible twos are bad scare you, because it gets worse. It gets worse when they get older. Believe me, it gets worse. But thank you so much for your question. I had to reflect on life for a second there. Sarah Sanders says, what is the link for the runaway boot diamond painting on Etsy that was entered into your Sassy Craft along? You will have to go ask, which I don't even know if she still has it. That's Crashly. Crafts with Crashly, and that's Crashley. Crashly. Crafts with Crashly is the one that submitted the picture of the alien with the boob. It's on Etsy. The problem is it has no name, so it's kind of hard to find. And if you put alien boob, you might find it. I don't know. I don't know what the person put the tags for it in as. I don't know. But try asking Crafts with Crashly. She should have the answer for you. So thank you, Sarah. Next question comes to us from Terry. Have you buy 2 paintings of the same picture, but not at the same time? I'm thinking. Have I ever bought 2 pictures of the same 2 of the same pictures, but not at the same time? Probably. Usually if I do that, though, I know... Sorry, Kermit Frog makes me think that my hair is sticking up. If I have... It was probably for a giveaway, though. I do that often. Just because I'm too lazy to go out to the post office, so I'd rather just send it to you than have to mail it. So, sometimes, maybe. I bought 2 paintings of the same picture, but 2 different months. It's happening when I was in and out of the hospital for 4 months. Oh. I would keep a log of what you have. Like, if you're worried about doing that again, keep a log of all the kits that you have. That way, when you see a kit coming out, you can look back at your log to see if you already have it. I would say trust your judgment or your memory, but if your memory is like mine is in this absolute garbage, writing it down is going to help you out a lot. So hopefully you won't buy double kits anymore. So thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. The next one comes to us from Abra I'm sorry, Abra. It's not the Abra that y'all think it is. It's another Abra. Abra says, I had lost you when I deleted my channel, and it took me forever to find you again. Over in Beef Sector, there is a woman whose voice is exactly like yours. I don't know what Beef Sector is, but it sounds delicious. Is it food, or is it like people, like the Player Haters Club, where people just hating on people, asking for myself? Blah, blah, blah. Over in the Beef Sector, there's a woman whose voice is exactly like yours, and she doesn't show her face, so I'm accused her of being you. There can only be one, Miss Coffee. I miss my Highlander. Yes, accuse, she's messy, you are not. I am not. I will say the quiet parts out loud, but I try not to be messy. That's too much. I'm too lazy to clean it up afterwards. Oh, well, it's evil. It's the evil twin over there. Anyways, remember when you braided your hair with the blue? Yep. Will you please make more hair videos? I didn't make that hair video. So, when it comes to extensions, Sally's Beauty Supply and Amazon. Yeah, I said Amazon. Where do you think those blue and purple braids came from? And the rainbow braids. They're pre-braided. Those are called crochet braids, which I don't know why they're crochet braids, because you more like do loom knitting than you do crocheting. And they're like, you use a crochet hook. You do not. You use a loom hook, not a crochet hook. Anyways, but literally, the blue and purple and rainbow braids were not braided by me. They were braided by somebody else, and I bought them that way. And then what happens at the top of the braid is a loop. And you stick the bottom through the loop and pull it tight, like a slip knot. But you have to braid your hair down, and then you put that on your braids. Like you put it, like they have that little loom hook. You stick it underneath your braid, grab the loop end of the braid and pull it out, and then you put the bottom into the loop and pull it. You just haven't seen them in a while because I haven't had time to sit down and braid my hair back and then do that. So that's why you haven't seen those in a while. I do plan on getting more, but I want to get like some other styles. Like I want to get like the fox dreads. I'm not a big fan of dreads. Like I feel like I wouldn't look good in dreads, but I kind of want to see what I look like in dreads without like making that commitment, because that's a big commitment. So yeah, I just did my big chop 2 weeks ago. So like, and if you don't know what the big chop is, it's when you have natural hair and you chop off all the dead ends and the straight pieces. So I am what you would call natural. I've been natural, meaning I haven't used any chemicals like perms in my hair in over 2 years, I want to say. The creamy crack is real, okay? We call it creamy crack because it's addicting to do, but it damages your hair so bad. But it looks so cute when it's done, though. But I haven't had a perm in like 2 years. So on the ends of my hair, I would have like my natural curly hair, and then at the top, I would have straight pieces. And they would never curl again because they were chemically straightened. So what I did was I chopped them off. That's how you get rid of them. And now I have my afro back again. Sorry, it's telling me to rate my purchase from Amazon. So yeah, so I didn't make any hair videos. I don't have any intentions on making hair videos. But there are a lot of people here on YouTube that do make really good hair videos. So yeah. The one lady I watched, Simone, I'm not sure if she does crochet braids. I know she does wigs, but she doesn't do crochet braids. So if you find a good one, let me know. So thank you so much, Abra, for your question. The next one comes to us from Helen. Brother and sister-in-law came to visit me. Oh, yay! Hopefully you had a good visit, Helen. Thank you for sharing that with us. Nettie Miller says, would you ever visit Oregon? I live in Klamath Falls. No. Okay, so Nettie asked the question, would I ever go to Oregon? I said no. And the answer is still no, and I have my reasons, but if I was going to see, like, if there was some kind of, like, monument or some kind of historical something over there, I don't see why I wouldn't go over to Oregon, but there is a pretty good reason why I would not travel to Oregon. There's a person that is preventing me from wanting to go because they live there, and this person has caused issues, and so I didn't want to just say no without having an explanation, and you would notice that the video got cut a little bit. I kind of went on a tirade, and I had to delete that part of the video. So, would I go to Oregon? Yes and no. Yes, if I was going for a particular reason. If it was to like meet a subscriber or something, no. I would possibly try to meet them somewhere else that's not in Oregon, like maybe like Washington or somewhere in California, somewhere closer to them that's not in that actual state. So I wanted to just come back and give you a reason as to why I said no, because the stuff that I had to cut out pretty much cut out my entire reasoning. And yeah, just know that there's a person that lives there that I'm not the fondest of, and I don't want to run into the chance of running into that person. But if it was, say, to come meet you or something, you'd probably have a better chance of catching me at like a diamond painting retreat, or if, you know, we met like halfway or something like that. But I don't personally want to go to Oregon. There's no reason for me to go over to that side of the U.S. So that is the answer to your question. So thank you so much again, Nettie, for your question. So thank you, Nettie, for your question. Next one comes to us from a pony gal. What's your favorite color? Purple. Purple. The end. So that was all the questions over on the community tab on Facebook. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. We're going to go over to the That's community tab on YouTube. Now we're going over to the Facebook group where we're going to look at all the questions that we got here, which we didn't get a lot, so we shouldn't be on here too much longer. So let's see what we got. Madison. Hey, Miss Coffee. Hey. How do you deal with the drills that are sticking up on a canvas, specifically square? Sealing it has been helpful, but I don't want the kit to get milky looking. What do you mean sticking up? You mean like popping? Like popping drills? I don't. I throw those kits in the trash. I'm not throwing shade. I'm telling you the truth. Like if I get a kit and the drills are anything less than perfect, I throw it in the trash. Because there's too many good diamond paintings out in this world to be dealing with a kit that has shitty drills. Yeah, no, you're better than me. But I would use a clear gloss, like what is it? Minwax, M-I-N wax. They have a glossy one that you can use, and it won't dull your sparkle. Dull your sparkle. It won't dull your sparkle, and it actually dries clear, so you won't get that milky look. So thank you so much, Madison, for your question. The next one comes to us from Rachel. Rachel said, not Rachel Ray, Rachel Croche. Croche? Is it Croche? It looks like couch, but with R, like C-R. Croche. Crouch? Is it Crouch? I don't know. I'm sorry, Rachel. Anyways, hi, Miss Coffee. Hey, and family. My daughter and I love to watch your channel. We have 2 questions. Now, one of the questions she asked has been asked 4 times in Q&As and have been answered in Q&A number 12, 11, 9, 5, and 1. So 5 times it has been asked. Her first question, which was, what is your favorite diamond painting completed? Pride by JoJo's Arts. The second one is, what is your favorite craft piece you have created? For example, crochet blanket. This was actually asked in the last Q&A, if I remember correctly. I don't know. I don't have a favorite. They're all my favorite because I completed them. So that makes them my favorite because I actually complete them. I have a bad habit of starting things. Like I'm a serial starter. I love starting things. Sort of. Sometimes. I hate starting diamond paintings. But I love being in the middle of the diamond painting. Hi, Ryan. Go ahead and get lunch. I like being in the middle of diamond painting. But I hate, like, how did you know we had pizza?
You told me before I went to sleep over that you were going to have pizza.
Whatever, Ryan. They're not pepperoni. Neither one of them. One of them is supreme and one of them is meat lover. So it has bacon and sausage and pepperoni on it.
Bacon?
Yes, bacon. Crumbled up. Not like strips of bacon. Just crumbled up pieces of bacon.
Why do you have these strips of bacon?
Yo, this kid. Anyway, back to my Q&A that I'm in the middle of that Orion's asking me questions. Favorite completed piece. I really don't have a favorite. When it comes to like my crochet and stuff, it's all my favorite because I am a serial starter and I like starting stuff and not finishing it. Any of them that I complete is a favorite. Because I actually completed it. Get out of my face. Y'all, this hair, I'm telling you. Okay. Thank you for being you and bringing your uniqueness to brighten our days. We appreciate you. I appreciate you, Rachel. And tell your daughter I said, hey, Rachel's daughter, hey. So thank you so much again, Rachel, for that question. The next one comes to us from Anita. Hey, Miss Coffee. Hey. My question is for you are, I just had a hysterectomy 3 weeks ago. How long after you had yours did you have any discomfort? Okay. When you say you had a hysterectomy, did you have a laparoscopy? I can't remember how they say it. Did you have the one with the telescopes that went inside of you and they just took and sucked it out through a straw? Or did you have the one where they did the bikini cut and then they just dug into you like you were a freaking human operation game and then just pulled out your uterus? Depends on which one you had. Because the one I had was the laparoscopic, where they took the little laser beams and stuff and went in there and they were just like little laser ninjas and just sucked it out through the straw. I didn't have any discomfort. At all. Not at all. I have this weird little happy face on my belly now from all the surgeries, from between the hysterectomy and the gallbladder removal. I have this literally a smiley face, like 2 eyes, a nose, and then like right under my belly is like a smile of like little poke holes. Like I look like I got 50-cent shot wounds or something. But I didn't have any discomfort. That was a surgery that I went in for, and I literally didn't have any pain meds. They gave me Percocet or Oxycontin. They gave me Oxycontin, and I was like, what did you give me that for? And she's like, for your pain. What pain? I don't got no pain. You got some, the only thing I asked for was 800 milligram ibuprofen, because if I did have pain, I knew that that would take care of it. And so they gave me some of that, and they were like, well, we're going to give you this Oxy. It's funny how much they push these drugs on people. And they're like, we're going to give you this anyways. I don't want it. Immediately, whenever I went to the pharmacy after like leaving the hospital the next day, I immediately went and chucked those Oxycontin into the recycle bin. They have a recycling bin. I don't know if they have this at all pharmacies, but they have a bin that you can recycle old meds that you haven't used. You can put it in this bin. So I just put the whole thing, like I filled it, and then I put the whole thing in the bin. I don't take the big drugs like that. No, I'm good. And what was your most important reason for doing this heavy surgery? This was a heavy surgery? What's a light surgery? Didn't feel heavy. My reasoning was I didn't need it anymore. I didn't really have a major reason for it. My doctor, whenever I went in for a pap smear, they found polyps, I think they call them, like the little something, on my left ovary. And they were just like, you don't need this uterus, right? No, I got 3, I'm good. So they took it out. Literally, that's how the conversation went. You don't need this uterus, right? No. So they took it out. Like, within, like, I want to say it was, like, a couple of weeks. Like, because I remember because they were going to do it sooner, but I had just had the surgery for my gallbladder, and I was healing from that. That surgery, I don't know if the pain, it wasn't even the pain from the gallbladder removal. It was the pain because I had a hernia repaired, which is when your belly button, you rip a hole in one of your organs and your intestines pushes out. And mine's made my belly button look like a weird nose. And they just made my belly button an innie, which I struggled mentally with that for months because I looked at my belly button looked that way for my entire life until now. And I'm just like, I don't like it. Put it back. Make it what it was, because I don't like the way it looks now. It looks weird. But literally there's no reason besides the fact that they found those little polyps, and they were just like, just to be safe and make sure they're not cancerous, we're going to take the whole thing out. And I was like, okay. So they took it out. And then they found out it wasn't cancerous. They were just benign. I was like, okay. I just wanted the free hysterectomy. It wasn't even really... Technically, it was. We paid $12 for my hysterectomy because of how many surgeries I had last year. We hit our deductible, so everything was covered with the hysterectomy, so it was like $12. Sorry. But I didn't consider that a heavy surgery just because I had the thing where they poke inside of you and they just... Pew, 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 pew. It wasn't a big deal. I was up and walking around like the next day. I made up my bed in the hospital. I immediately woke up and made them take the catheter out because, oh, God. But I didn't see that as a heavy surgery. It wasn't bad at all. Like, the way I had it done, it wasn't bad. I don't know about, like, the one where they cut you. That seems awful. But the one I had wasn't that bad. I didn't think it was heavy. Matter of fact, they even told me, you know, don't vacuum. That was, like, the big thing I remember them telling me was not to vacuum. I'm like, why can't I vacuum? I got a robot vacuum anyways, but why can't I vacuum? Whatever. Mr. Coffee did everything he could to get me to sit down. I sent his little ass back to work. My surgery went fine. Not a lot of pain, but have to stay home for 6 weeks because I can go back to work again. Thank you for your answer. Many greetings from the Netherlands. Oh yeah. I don't know how they do it in the Netherlands. I don't know if they do it laparoscopically or not, but that's how I had mine done, and I literally woke up with the only pain I had when I woke up was the catheter. Other than that, I had no pain. I had no problems. I was up and walking the next day. I walked around for, I don't know, 24 hours in that hospital until they let me leave. And I was like, can I please go home now? Like, I'm fine. They had to make sure that my iron levels and stuff didn't spike because of losing, like, all the blood and losing my uterus and everything else. So they made me stay for, what, did I stay for, like, 24 hours or something like that? And then I left, like, the next day. I got home and I was like, let me go check this mail real quick. Walked down, checked the mail, came back. I was back to my normal life by the time I got home. Like, it didn't seem like a major surgery. Which maybe that's why everybody was freaking out, because I was like up and doing things. Is a hysterectomy considered a major surgery? Isn't a gallbladder more major than a hysterectomy? I don't know. Neither one of the surgeries were that painful. The worst part about either one of those surgeries was the hernia. And the fact that they told me that it's going to rupture again and you're going to have the surgery again. I was like, nah, I'm good. I'm good. I'm just going to stay over here. Thanks. So, yeah, there's that. So, thank you so much, Anita, for your question. Next one comes to us from Tamika. Hey. I'm the spiritual colorist, Miss Coffee. What's going on, spiritual colorist? I just wanted to say hi. Say to you, keep doing what you do. God has something great waiting for you. I have seen your growth and have also seen your haters, but that only comes when you're doing something right and you're born for greatness. None of us are perfect, and we don't need to be. I just want to encourage you with some positive vibes. I don't know you personally, but your energy tells me you're a beautiful person inside and out. All the creators I watch and love, but there is only one Miss Coffee, from one sister to another. I'm proud of you and what you do as a creator. Keep up the good work. Just be willing to answer all these questions no matter what they say. They're saying a lot about you. These questions do say a lot. And I appreciate that, spiritual colors. What I do, I don't see as anything besides just hanging out and talking to friends. I get snippy sometimes. I might come off wrong to some people, but in all actuality, that's just how I talk. It's just my personality. Sometimes I don't mean anything by it. There's other times where I do, but there's sometimes where I don't. And I don't see me as being anything than just a normal person. Now, I do understand that there are going to be people like my kids and people's kids that watch me, that look up to me. And to them, I would say, stop cussing. Stop all that cussing. I try to stop cussing. It's hard. God, it's so hard. But, yeah, like, I just want, I want to be successful at this just because this is what I do. Like, it just seems like any other day. Like, currently right now, like, I like showing people real life. I like showing people that just because I'm a creator on YouTube don't mean I'm rich, fancy, or any of the sort. You might see all these stuffed animals, but you know what I had to do to get those? Currently right now, my son is doing some weird dance at the window. Like, we are real people over here in these crafty streets. I don't know what he's doing because he just got back from a sleepover, so he's kind of wired, I guess. So, thank you so much to the spiritual colors for that encouragement. I really, really appreciate it. Can you go? What? No. Yeah, sure. Orion wants to say hi. Since you guys never really get to see a whole lot of Orion, you mostly see Maggie. Tonight, or Friday night, we're going to be playing Fall Guys. And guess what? Daddy said he's going to play with us. Yeah. Yay. So it's Orion, folks.
Hi, guys. I had a sleepover. It was fun.
He had fun at his sleepover. All right, we'll talk about your sleepover when I'm done. So I can ask how you got bit on the face and why you come back with all these hives.
Probably because the cat rubbed itself against my leg. But I don't feel anything on the leg.
You had pants on, didn't you?
Yeah.
That's why you don't feel anything on the leg. Did you pet the cat?
No.
Your arms say otherwise, sir.
I didn't. I would. But I can't.
For those of y'all who don't know, Orion is highly allergic to cats. And when he gets near cats, he gets hives. And the little boy's house he went to go sleep over had a cat. Fun times. And now he has like bite marks and stuff all over him. And I'm just like, what the hell happened to you? Did they get you to go outside? Like, what the hell?
We did go outside.
Okay. But all right. So moving on to the next question from Alicia. Is it Alicia or Alicia? I'm going to say it's Alicia. Alicia. Hey, Miss Coffee. Hey. An exciting thing that happened in our house recently is our 18-year-old son passed his EMPs, physical exam, to enter the military. We'll go into the Air Force soon. Well, congratulations to him. That's awesome. I was about to say MEPs. That sounds hella familiar. Military brat here. A question I have for you is, what is your crochet whip right now? If you have one. I usually don't crochet in the summer. Neither do I. It's too hot for that. I do because I have to do tester patterns for the magazine, but usually I try to find the most minute, small item to crochet because it's too hot to be crocheting right now. Currently, my current whip is my Denzel Draws blanket, which is a 150 stitch by a 150 stitch blanket. It's going to be a big square, but it is all 310 and 5200. Yep. So it's put away until it starts getting colder out, which is starting to get there now. Like we had the last couple of days have been really chilly. Like by the time 8 o'clock comes, I'm in a jacket cold here. Currently right now though, it's like 4 o'clock, it's 90 degrees. Yeah. But I have been crocheting recently for relaxation of it. I'm working on a blanket with a puff stitch. Ooh, I love puff stitch blankets. It's the texture for me. It's the texture. But yeah, my Denzel Draws, which if you don't know who Denzel Draws is, this is Denzel Draw. And this is the logo that I'm making on his blanket. So you can see the 310 and the 5200. And that's what the logo is going to look like on the blanket. Problem is, it's hot and it's 310. So that's a blanket that I'm going to have to do like super quick in the winter time when it first gets to be winter. Plus, it doesn't get cold where he lives. So I'm just like, I'm making this blanket for you anyway. So thank you so much, Alishia, for your question. I really appreciate it. The next question comes to us from Christy. Christy says, hey there. Hey, Christy. Not Christy, not crafting like crafting with Christy, but Christy Rivera. What do you do for the occasional tiny areas that don't stick well? For drills, not sticky enough. I have run into this problem for the good good quality canvas and company. Other main areas super sticky. That's weird. Are you putting your arm in it? Like when you're diamond painting, are you putting like your arm or your hand or something resting on there? It's weird that it become unsticky. But if it is unsticky and you have accidentally put your arm, foot, leg, hand, head on that part of the canvas, what I could suggest is taking a damp cloth, like a napkin or a paper towel, wiping the area clean, letting it air dry, and the sticky will resume. If that's not the case and it just happens to not be sticky, which is weird, get some super glue, dab it on those symbols, smack those drills down. That'll also make sure that those drills never come off that canvas. But I've never really encountered that problem before because I usually tend to work right to left because I'm right-handed. So if I work right to left, when I go to put my arm up on the thing, that part is already completed. So I don't have to worry about like the sticky edges not becoming sticky. That's weird that happened though. So weird. But hopefully that helps, Christy. So thank you so much for your question. Mannon's back. What's going on, Mannon? Hey, Miss Coffee. Hey. Love your videos, and I love that tiger. Thank you. I'm excited. An exciting thing that happened to me was that my 24-year-old son, who is a bassman and a bassman in a music group, played in Toronto for the first time. We are in Sherbrooke, Quebec. I think that's Quebec. I wish I could have been there, but I was working and it was a 5-hour trip. Oh God. But I am very proud of him. Well, I'm proud of him too. Way to go. That is awesome. For those of y'all who don't know, Uncle Jesse, Mr. Coffee's brother, is a musician and he plays all over. And he usually plays in New York, but he has done like a small tour and we couldn't be more proud of him. So anytime I hear stuff like that, it always like has a special place. So congratulations to them on their music adventure. My question is, how did you become a pattern tester? I would love to do this. Have a very good day. It was just luck. Literally, I do the graph gans, right? And the magazine had a graph gan, but nobody had known how to do it. They had never seen one before, or they seen them, but nobody had any knowledge of them or what they were about or how to do them. And so essentially when I first started, they asked me could I test this one pattern, which was a graph gan. And then they asked me how would I like to test patterns. And I was like more graphs? And they're like, a little bit of everything. I'm like, I don't know how well I do. I'm self-taught. Now, being self-taught and learning from like like Selena Baca has a whole course on teaching you the crochet basics and some intermediate and expert ways to do crochet. I found that later, but I am self-taught, so I'm stuck in the ways that I can do things, and I don't necessarily do them the same way as a pattern would. So I was like, are you sure you want somebody that's self-taught? Because in the crochet world, there is a big difference. And they're like, yeah, you can do this. And I'm like, all right, bet. That's it. That's how I became a pattern tester. It was literally just because I did graph GANs and I was so well known for them that they asked me to test out one, and then I tested out a bunch of them. I just had one last weekend. So thank you so much for your questions. The next question comes to us again from Christy. Christy came back part 2. She's like, I wasn't done with you. Get back here. Get over here. Have you ever changed part of a DP person's skin color yet? No, I'm still working on that. What would be the best process? I have a DP of a couple of white ladies at a cafe table in Paris, symbolizing us. Symbolizing us? What does that mean? Is that a movie or something? What do you mean us? You mean like white folk? But my best friend, my best friend is black, and she wants me to change one of the ladies symbolizing her. Okay. Sorry, my phone is ringing. But my best friend is black, and she wants me to change one of the skin ladies symbolizing her to black skin tone. Now, the question is she like my complexion, or is she darker? Is she lighter than me? That's the first question you gotta ask. My skin tone is like a 920, 921 in diamond drills. I don't know about the other skin tones, because I like this skin tone. So if you're gonna change it, depending on how detailed, like you're gonna have to probably message me the image and tell me, or look at your image and tell me how many colors make up that particular like person. Like if your best friend is black, how many colors in that person that you're diamond painting for your best friend, how many color changes are there? Are there a lot? Are there a couple? Is it just like blank face with no facial expressions or anything like that? But if I had to guess, if she's my color or a little bit darker, I would go for a 921, which is, let's see if I can find one. If you look up, this one, as you can see, it's a little bit darker than me, but this one, I don't know what Emma used for that skin color, but this one is closer to my skin color because it's a little bit darker. It looks a little bit darker now, but this doesn't look right at all. If you know, you know. Anyways, 920, 921 is the skin tone that I go to. It gives you this milky brown skin like I have, and that's always my go-to skin color for darker skin. But you want to check to see how many color changes are in that particular piece. So if there's like only one color, use 920 or 921. If there's more than one, say there's like 4, find a light, medium, and dark color and just use those 3 colors. So hopefully that helps. Also, what company do you recommend to buy drills from? Oh, I have another question. Okay, before we go on to these other questions, that's a lot. Diamond Drills USA is a great company to buy drills from. But my number one is DPWithSparklers.com. That's T-Ma. That's the lady you always hear me talk about. I absolutely love T-Ma. T-Ma runs a business where she sells a little bit of everything. And a lot of people that have started selling drills kind of, I'm not going to say copied her, but they essentially used her as a guide on how they want to sell their drills. And so I always go to DPWithSparklers.com because she's the OG. But what I can't find with T-Ma, which every once in a while there's something I can't find with T-Ma, like regular drills, because T-Ma sells specialty drills. But if I'm looking for like regular, well, she probably sells regular drills. I'm not sure. I've only ever bought specialty. But for regular drills, I go to DiamondDrillsUSA.com. They have really great prices, really fast shipping, and I've never been dissatisfied. And they always give you like this cute little gift with it. Like I think I got like some washi tape and wax, like blue wax, the good wax, with my last order. So there's that. Oh, I have another question. How do I determine where I would add AB drills on a DP, and how much is too much. However much looks too gaudy, I guess. I don't know. And where you decide to put them, again, it's up to you. It's your kit. You put them however you want them. If you want the entire kit ABs, put the entire kit ABs. I personally would leave some space in there for like shading and stuff, which I wouldn't use an AB for. But when it comes to ABs, you want to look at the kit in full and go, what are the first things that catch my eye? So like with, let's say with this diamond lady, because she's all like special drills. So with this lady here, these are all rhinestones. Now what they could have done is done all the light colors in regular drills and all the darker colors in ABs. That would have looked good and would have given it a little bit of depth. But for her, I chose to outline her in ABs, and then her earring is rhinestones. So it just depends on what you feel is too much. But there is a such thing as too much, so don't go crazy. Just sprinkle it, just a little sprinkle of them on there. You'll be all right. But you can be the judge of that. Like, I can't tell you how many it's gonna be. Like, 30's too much. Slow down. Like, I'm not there with you to diamond paint. So like, use your best judgment. You got this. Don't doubt yourself. Jarma. Hello, Miss Coffee. Hey. Thank you for your question, Jarma. How do you change the color of a tone of black girl's face so it's not so orange or reddish? I'm kind of new to this. You just change it. You just swap it out. A lot of companies have trouble with brown people. I don't know why. And I say brown people because it's not just like black women. I've seen some images of Indian women as well, where I love the inclusion. They cannot for the life of them get those skin tones right. And I'm seeing so many orange people. I'm seeing so many red people, like super red people. And I understand being red boned, but that's too red. That's like I've been sitting out in the sun and now I'm an element red. Like, it's too much. So all you would do to switch the skin tone is just swap it out for the color you want to use. So say you have a super red brown color. Like, I don't know. What's a super red brown color? I don't know. Find a super red brown color. And like I just told Christy, I would use like my go-to is this color. So it's about a 920 to a 921. I would just swap whatever that color is with the one color. So first, find your darkest, your medium, and your lightest colors for that skin tone. So your super dark red, brown, your medium dark red, brown, and your light dark red. And then swap them for the colors that you like. Find a dark brown, a light brown, and a medium brown. Something that's in between that dark and light. Find those three and just swap those out. It's literally as easy as that. The problem is you got to figure out which brown you want to use, because do you want 920, 921? Or do you want a little bit darker of a skin color? Because they're, of course, not everybody's my color. So, like, you can get darker and stuff like that. But you follow the same concept. Light, medium, dark. Swap those out. Use the ones that you'd picked. The end. Literally that simple. Did I just make a whole video in a video? Thank you, Jarma, for your question. And our last question comes to us from Rebecca D. Hunt. Hey, Miss Coffee. Hey, Rebecca, how you doing today? I hope you're doing well. Would you explain the color coordination between the drills and DMC? I'm not sure how the numbers of the drills match up to the DMC color chart. Love your channel. Thanks for sharing your family with us. So, the drills line up to the colors of DMC. So, what she's talking about is, I'm trying to find my cross-stitch box, but it looks like the ferrets have taken it. Yeah, they will steal your boxes, too. So, they match up because they're the same color. They literally use the DMC code to make the color drills. So when you see a 5200, it's going to be the purest of white that you can get. And so, which I believe 5200 is the purest white. So essentially they took that, made a mold of that color and then made it into diamonds. That's how they correspond, because they're the exact same colors. Just like if you look for 775, which is an electric blue, which is Citrerista's favorite color. If you look on the DMC chart, it's an electric blue. Well, then they just took that color and turned it into a diamond for the diamond painting. That's how they correspond. Like, they just use the color chart to make diamonds. So there's that. Now, that is it for us today. And I'm debating whether or not we should take a break or not. No, we're going to keep this momentum going. Q&A number 14 coming your way. Look for the picture of the little girl that I just did. She's gonna... No, I can't do that one because that one I already posted in the group and I don't want people to get confused again. What other pictures have I just completed? Ooh, I just completed a picture for Brooklyn Kaiju. It's a little girl with purple hair and she's drinking a coffee with a straw. Iced coffee. So, look for the little girl with iced coffee for Q&A number 14. If you don't see it by the time this video goes up, it'll be up shortly afterwards. Or ask me where it's at, and if I haven't put it up yet, I'll move my behind and actually go put it up. So with that said, thank you guys all for asking questions. Thank you to everyone for giving us a little bit of your good news from your day. It's really nice to hear from you guys. With that said, I do have to get going because it's time to go walk dogs and get ready for my Friday night funtivities. So I hope you guys are having a wonderful, wonderful day and continue to do so. Stay safe. Please remember to wear your mask. Don't touch your face in public because that's gross. Keep your 6 feet. Wash those hands. And always try to remember to stay caffeinated, stay crafty, stay safe, and be kind to others because you never know what somebody else is going through. Be courteous because it's the right thing to do. And always stay cool. Before I say goodbye, I will have my nails back on next week. We're on break. Bye, guys.